Banyul Ginger Vinaigrette.
Banyul. What is that?
So Banyul is, it's actually a dessert wine from France.
A dessert wine.
And in this case, we're using the Banyul vinegar.
Is that what this is here?
Correct.
It doesn't even smell vinegary. It almost smells like bourbon.
It's very sweet, and it just adds a really nice flavor to the vinaigrette. So, starting with the vinaigrette, we're going to just take a little bit of shallot and a real fine mince.
You have to use shallot for this? Could you use an onion if you wanted to? Or?
You know, onion's a little bit too pungent. I would definitely recommend just going to the grocery store and using shallots for this.
Yeah. Chefs use shallots all the time on the show. I don't think there's been a single show that we've done where a shallot has not been brought out.
Yeah.
Maybe a dessert show. That was it.
So a really fine mince on the shallot.
Great knife skills, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I've been doing it a little
You're
while.
a pro.
Just a little while. And then we're going to take some fresh ginger root that's been minced. And then we're going to take a little bit of vanilla bean. And
Now
we're going to scrape the seeds right out of the vanilla bean.
That's so interesting. You very rarely see vanilla done in savory applications like this.
So we're just going to take the vanilla bean, we're going to scrape a little bit of the seeds here. And we're going to put that in with the ginger, the shallots, then the Banyul vinegar.
I'd love to try some of that on its own, if you don't mind.
Not
I'm
at
just
all.
going to dip a spoon in while you continue.
And then we're going to take a little bit of ground pepper and salt.
It's not very acidic.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And pinch of salt in here. And then we're going to emulsify a little bit of oil in there.
What kind of oil? Do you want to use an extra virgin? Or?
Just a neutral oil.
Okay.
You know, you don't want to, olive oil in the dish because we're adding the duck fat.
Right.
We're going to have enough strong flavors. Yeah, it'll be overpowering. So just use a neutral oil.
All right.
And just let the vanilla bean sit in the vinegar for a little while so it infuses. So you can do that for about 5 minutes.
I'm so interested to taste this.
So now you have that vanilla bean infusion here, and all we're going to do is just emulsify a little, neutral oil in here.
All right.
So you can use safflower, sunflower. I recommend non-GMO. And we're going to do 2 parts. Grapeseed is fine, and we're just going to do 2 parts oil to 1 part vinegar.
All right. Pretty standard vinaigrette.
Yep.
And you want to stream it in really slow, I can see you're doing. Make sure that emulsifies. And vigorously whisking.
And we'll just finish that with a little bit of chopped parsley.
I notice you like to use a lot of chopped parsley, or just parsley in general.
It's just a really refreshing herb. It's not too pungent, but it does add a real nice flavor.
Like freshness.
So, the final part of this dish is going to be, we're just going to do a nice crispy watercress salad. And when you get the watercress in, this is very spicy, so you don't want to use too much of it, but just make sure you take the thick end of the stem off. Just use the leaves, and we will just take, all we're going to do for this is actually we're going to use the we're going to take some of that warm duck fat, and we're going to take some fresh squeezed lemon juice.
Beautiful.
Some fresh ground pepper, some salt, and then we're just going to take a little bit of this duck fat, and while it's still warm, so it slightly wilts the watercress, we're just going to take a little bit, and then we're just going to toss that.
Beautiful. You don't see watercress used a lot anymore. I feel like arugula kind of took its place.
Yeah.
Is that kind of light bitter green?
I actually like watercress just as much as I like arugula.
It's got such a great peppery bite.
It really does. All right, so we have our watercress and our vanilla bean ginger Banyul vinaigrette.
So aromatic.